The Puerto Rican princess is coming back to Love and Hip Hop Miami. So what does that mean? Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. So what's going on, y'all? We've heard the news, we saw the video, we saw the rumors, we read the rumors. Joseline Hernandez, the Puerto Rican princess, is making her return back to Love and Hip Hop franchise. And I have some thoughts. Now, there was a rumor, like I reported earlier this week on the King of Reese video, that Joseline was going to be either on Love and Hip Hop Miami or Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And Love and Hip Hop Miami dropped a trailer, and Joseline, the Puerto Rican princess, said, "Did you miss me?" And a lot of people have some thoughts and some things and stuff. And I want to dive into it because somebody actually wanted me to have a discussion about what is going on with people like Joseline Hernandez, Nene Leaks, and other folks who are, you know, kind of their image was built on a reality show. Why can't they leave and do their own thing? Why do they always end up coming back? And I think the only person we've been able to see do that a little bit is Cardi B. Cardi B was able to, you know, take the brand that she already built, the personality and stuff that she already, the following that she built, and was able to go on and do other things. And a lot of people have not been as they ain't been as you know, what's the name is our girl Cardi B. But let's talk about it. First of all, first thoughts. I think that VH1 getting Joseline to come to Love and Hip Hop Miami was them giving them some life. I like Trina. I like Trick Daddy. I like some of the folks on the cast of Love and Hip Hop Miami, but they're just not doing anything. I feel like Trina is just too much established to be, you know, doing all these things just for attention. I feel like Trina's going to give us a little bit more authenticity than, you know, other folks. Like, she's not going to be out here turning up for the cameras and stuff. She's Trina. Like, she's a legend. She's been out for a long time, so I don't think Trina's going to do that. Trick Daddy, on the other hand, has a storyline with his baby mama drama and stuff, and like, we are like tired of that. Like, girl, like, if y'all don't get a divorce to finalize y'all stuff, I don't know. So the last season of Love and Hip Hop Miami, I'm not really sure about the ratings, but I'm pretty sure they were a little bit lower than the previous season. And I think that VH1 is spending more money on Love and Hip Hop Miami that they're getting back. And you got some kind of heavy hitters on there, some folks who gonna want some extra coin. And they're not delivering the views that everybody else get. I think Love and Hip Hop Miami actually is probably the lowest rate, if I'm not mistaken. No, I think that's I believe Hollywood and you know, what's the name is, they going back to back. But we all know that Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is that girl. Like, she has always been that girl, even though it originally started with Love and Hip Hop in New York. That's why they don't call it Love and Hip Hop New York, just call it Love and Hip Hop, because it was the original one. But you all know Love and Hip Hop New York is coming back. You got, you know, Chrissy and her boo. Is they even married yet? I don't even know. They are coming back. And Chrissy has been on Love and Hip Hop in a while. And why is it that Chrissy and what's her name ain't been able to do some other stuff? Why do they feel like the need to come back to Love and Hip Hop? It just goes to show you a lot of folks who are built on the reality show thing have not been able to take the hyper visibility and be able to turn it into a profit, like, while self-sustaining. And I think we think that a lot of visibility always equates to more money, and that's not true. As a social media influencer, whatever you want to call me, I don't think I'm an influencer, but some people like to give me that name. But I feel like I just give social media commentary. I give commentary on social issues and stuff and everything. I'm a pop culture critic, or whatever you want to call it. But people like Joseline had tried to do other shows. You know, she did a little quick thing on the cameo on Married to Madison. People weren't really feeling that. It just felt out of place for her. It just didn't feel good. So we didn't see her anymore on Married to Madison. She tried to do other things. She said she was working her own show that was supposed to be coming out. We never did see anything about that. She said she was going to be doing something like, we thought it was going to be something like what Black China is doing and on Zeus, but we never saw it. I think there can be two things. I think folks don't want to burn any bridges with Mona Scott. Mona Scott is reality TV royalty. She built the brand that is the Love and Hip Hop franchise, and it has been able to profit of that to the fact that we don't even see Mona Scott no more. We don't even see Mona Scott, like, Mona Scott don't come out and do the reunions no more, which I'm thankful for. I remember I tweeted her, I said, girl, we don't want you to do the reunions no more. But we don't see Mona Scott attached to Love and Hip Hop as she once was. I think she's trying to clean up her brand, her image and stuff, and trying to focus on other things. And she did the Escape reality show they had, a little docu-series or whatever they had with Candy and the other groups, other folks from Escape, and that did pretty well on Bravo. But I think people don't want to cross Mona Scott. I think people don't want to work with Joseline because they don't want to have any bad blood with Mona Scott. And I also think that, you know, not saying that Mona Scott didn't say some bad things or said that Joseline is difficult to work with, but I think how they portrayed her on the last season before she left made it to the point that nobody wants to touch her, because it's like, girl, if she can barely do that, we can't come to her with a new project and less money and she's ready to work with us. It's just not going to happen. It's not realistic. So you have that. I also think that Joseline is not as big as she thinks she is. Like, she is not big enough or strong enough to be able to carry a show by herself. And I think that's just what it is. I think that Joseline is cute when she's around folks, but she needs other people. Now, I watched her, you know, her baby special and stuff, and I thought that was cute. But even then, she needed other people to pull on. Some folks are just, you know, they're big, but they need other folks to be able to help them go on. Like, they need some folks to be able to pull on to be able to bring it in. And I feel like this Joseline just not that by herself. I think the Zeus thing was smart for Joseline. Her producing her own show, I think it's less money in it, a little bit, you know, the budget is smaller. It's, you know, we can appeal straight to their audience that want my type of content. But it's not a lot of money to her. It's probably not a lot of money to get everybody to pay $6-10 to just watch your stuff. That is a lot to do. That is a lot to do. So then again, we automatically assume just because someone has hyper visibility that they automatically is going to be making money, and that's just not always the case. So while we're talking about Joseline and we're talking about her coming back to Love and Hip Hop Miami, I think that she might add a little bit more spice or something, but I don't know. I don't know. I think it's supposed to be dropping we supposed to watch it, what, January the 5th is when it's airing. We don't have any trailers. We don't see what's going on. We have not seen Joseline or anything. I feel like y'all should have gave us a little bit of something, but y'all might be teasing us to get us prepared to just watch the first episode to see if we're gonna see Joseline. Like, to keep watching episodes to see Joseline versus y'all try to give us a trailer and we don't see that much. We just like, oh girl, them girls ain't working with Joseline. They ain't got Joseline in as many scenes, so I'm not gonna watch it. But I think that Love and Hip Hop has ran its course. I don't see Love and Hip Hop going any more higher a trajectory. I think that's why Mona Scott jumped ship. I think that's why she's working on her own stuff, because she know that it's burnt out. We've been watching Love and Hip Hop since when? Love and Hip Hop has been on since what, 2011, 2010 or something? It's getting ready to be like almost 10 years that this show has been on. It's like 8-9 years. It's just how much can y'all milk out of this when you have the same reoccurring cast of the same folks? Like, it's the same people coming in and in. Like, so what do we need? But I do feel like if anybody can bring a little something, I feel like Joseline is that person that might be able to bring a little something to the Love and Hip Hop Miami crew, the cast or whatever. I have not watched the previous season. It's just Love and Hip Hop Miami is just not. The season I watched it, I was slightly bored. The second season, I just wasn't interested in it. I'm interested to see what Joseline's gonna bring, but I'm not gonna promise I'm gonna do every review on it. I'm gonna try my best to be entertained, but at the moment I'm not entertained, the moment I'm not watching. So yeah, we're gonna see what it is. I didn't think that she was gonna return to Atlanta. I don't think that. So I wonder, you know, how much of a pay cut did Joseline take? I think Joseline probably took a huge pay cut to come back. I think she probably had to, you know, kiss the ring and kick rock sis. I think she had to kiss Mona, you know, ring and say, girl, like, look, you know what it was. I was da-da-da-da, and, you know, I'm back on the show. But y'all be talking on this big game, but then y'all be coming right back to the very show that did y'all wrong and kicked y'all off. Like, it's just so interesting to see y'all come back and big. Y'all be like, Joseline's not the only person saying, I'm not coming back next season, I'm not, da-da-da-da, and then be right back next season. Moniece did the same thing. And as we move and transition from Love and Hip Hop, let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. We see the same thing with NeNe. NeNe is out here saying that she does not think that she'll be returning for the next season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I think that's mainly because Bravo is not interested in paying NeNe the same amount of money that they have been paying over the last couple of years and not getting anything as far as like a bump in viewership. I think that NeNe thought she was that girl and that the Bravo needed her, or Real Housewives of Atlanta needed her. But in all honesty, if people are, the small amount of people who are going to leave because NeNe is not on there is not enough for them to compensate NeNe to be on the show. Like, if we only gonna lose about less than 100,000 people watching because of NeNe's gone, we ain't finna be out here paying NeNe such $100,000 per episode. Like, what sense does that make? And I think that's exactly what is going on. I think NeNe knows that she really can't leave Real Housewives of Atlanta, but I think Real Housewives of Atlanta is going to force NeNe out because since she ain't bringing them really nothing. But Real Housewives of Atlanta, the Bravo brand is not going to say, we let NeNe go. So NeNe is ready to shape her own thing and say she feels like she might not be asked to come back. So that way she's going ahead and you know, putting out there that she might not return, so it won't look like she got fired. She's trying to protect her brand. But NeNe needs Housewives of Atlanta. She is not established yet to be able, and I don't think she would ever be established because she put herself in Real Housewives of Atlanta and reality show stuff. That's all we know her from. She's not been successful with anything else. The shows and stuff she was doing was cute, but she was still doing the same character that she does on Real Housewives of Atlanta. It is what it is. I mean, it's no disrespect to NeNe. I like her sometimes, but that's just what it is. As we talk about her, also got to talk about Kandi. A lot of people say Kandi does not need Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think that Kandi needs Real Housewives of Atlanta for a marketing strategy. We've never seen Kandi promote anything by herself or taking buying ads and people be interested in. It's always Real Housewives of Atlanta has always been her driving force, and in that, Kandi has ingrained herself in that. Like, she needs Real Housewives of Atlanta as much as Real Housewives of Atlanta kind of needs her. I don't want to necessarily see Kandi go out and enjoy her every once in a while. I feel like she's the most authentic out of the whole cast. So I don't want to see her go. But NeNe I can kind of see going because I don't think she's getting along with the crew. I think we can bump Portia onto the front. Like, Portia's story is like developing, she's growing or whatever. And I love it. But Kandi needs it to promote Old Lady Gang, the Dungeon Tour, and everything else, because ain't nobody interested in going just because they having a good time or they enjoy the food at Old Lady Gang. They interested because Kandi is on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And it's not because Kandi was in Escape. She's a good singer, she's a good songwriter, all of that. It's just Kandi is on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Does not mean that Kandi is not talented, does not mean that Kandi does not have her things and deserves her things, but it just means that Kandi needs to be able to market the stuff that she's working on Real Housewives of Atlanta, which is a good thing to be able to use this platform to not only pay you per episode, but also to the point that you're promoting your stuff. But sometimes we get so stuck in that we're like, it's a crutch and we need it. I hate to use that term because I think that's kind of ableist. Now, while we also talking about this, I also want to mention, I forgot, that Saucy Santana might be on Love and Hip Hop Miami, because you did hear that she said she did film with Bobby Lice and, you know, Santana. So, girl, I wonder what it is. That's a little bit of a tea. I want to see if Saucy Santana is going to be somewhere on Love and Hip Hop Miami. Probably not as a main cast or whatever, but probably like as a smaller cast member or something. I think it'd be really cute. Y'all already have a storyline going with the whole incident that happened with him. So let me know what you feel about this whole situation. Tell me about it in the comments, and I'll talk to you later on tonight.